Greetings, everybody. Today we are going to be looking at some topics in that, and it has to do with loops. We want to understand loops in that, and that's what we'll be looking at today. So, stick with me. Don't go far. Okay, we start by opening a new project. Remember how we open a project? We go to command palette. I'm setting to command palette that new project because we want to open a new project in that. We'll give it some time to load. Here I will be opening a console application. Okay, what is it? Project. And inside I'm going to name it practical 5. Let's wait for it to load. So our project is being created. It's going to take a while. Yes, I trust the author. We wait for it. Yeah, he has created our project. So I'll go to my Beam file. I don't actually need this here, so I'm going to remove it. This. So, loop. Loop in that. So we start with a for loop. I want to count. Okay, let me say I want to ensure I give everyone in the room a bottled water. Right? Great. So I write a for loop. My starting point int I equals to 0. I. So everyone in the room, let's say we have 10 people. You have 10 people in the room. So let's go back to I is less than or equal to 10 I plus plus. That's an error. This code should be outside. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is print inside my double quote. I have given I want to extract the value of I. The I person a bottle water. So now let's run this application and see what's going to show us. We're going to get errors. Let's see what happens. I've given to the 0th person a bottled water. Yeah, because I started in 0. Now I should start in 1. Thank you for pointing that out. Now let's run it again. I've given the wow. I'm going to have to start from second person, second, third. Okay, let me start from fourth person. Let me just remove this so that I can start from the first person. And add the number 1, the number Now let's go. Let's run this now. I've given the number 1 person a bottle of water. I've given the number 2 person a bottle of water. So now let's look at what happens inside this for loop. And for us to really appreciate it, I'm going to appreciate what happened. So I'm going to remove this, remove this, remove it. First person, second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person, sixth person, seventh person, right? 8, 10 people, right? So I do this 9 and 10. So what do I have to do now? I want to move this so that the space can accommodate the 10 people. Okay, great. Okay, 10 people. And this is how for loops works. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use another one. Now let's look at our code. The starting point. This is, remember, a for loop always has 3 parts. The starting point, the limit or the ending point, which is the middle one, and the incremental operation. So our starting point is 1. Our ending point is 10. Remember, the direction it's going is going in the positive x direction. That means it is increasing. So what we're going to have is this. It's increasing. So it can be less or equal to 10. Now let's try something. Imagine when we say that this place is 10 and this place is 5. What do you think will happen? Let's go back to our slide and look at it. It's saying that it started at 10 and now it's ending at 5. And look at the direction. It's going in increasing direction, it's going in decreasing direction. Do you think this can happen? Because that's exactly what we did here. When it is 10, that's we're starting at 10 and we're ending in 5. But it's going, if you notice, it's going in opposite directions. It is not going to work. It cannot work. Now, let's take another scenario. It is 10 and also greater and equal to 5. But first of all, let's run this code and see what happens. I hope it doesn't give a loop error. Let's see what happens. It showed us nothing because it's moving in opposite direction. 10 is starting at 10, which is supposed to be increasing. Now it's supposed to be ending at 5, and it's not even in the same direction. Now let's reverse this and see what happens. Let's run it. It still doesn't. Wow. It gave an infinite loop error. I knew it was going to happen, but I wanted us to see how we get infinite loop error. This will keep on running. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And it can crash my system if I'm not careful. So look at what we did here. Look at what we did here. I now turn this one to this direction. It's supposed to be going this way and it's supposed to be ending this way. You see, it's moving in this direction and it's moving in this direction. and they can never meet. This is where you have the infinite loop error. Look at it. It's starting at 10, which is supposed to be increasing, and it's ending at 5, which is never supposed to be increasing. There is never a meeting point, and it's going to give me. This will keep on running. It can keep on running till infinity. So I'm going to address it by closing down my VS Code and starting all over again. I'll close down my VS Code and I want us to get back to the slide. So it have an infinite loop error because this is going in the same direction and this is also going in the same direction. So it gave us an infinite loop error. But if we want to reverse this and if we want it to work, you can make this 1. We want to start giving from the last person to the first person. That's what we want to achieve here. So what we're going to do is to go back to our slide. So it started from 10 and it's going to end in 1. But it's going to go back in reverse direction. So looking at our code, is equal to 10 and we have to use a decrement operator for this to work. So let's run it and see what's going to be both. So I started from the number 10 person to number 1 person. We didn't have an infinite loop error. If you notice, the starting point and the ending point must always be going in opposite direction for you not to have an infinite loop error and for the for loop to actually work. I hope we understood. See you in the next video. Bye.